Hello, creative minds. Welcome to Style by Marvel Greg. And in today's project, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful top that you see here with a Dolman sleeve and a slanted open design in front. If this looks like what you're interested in, then watch this video to the end as I'll be showing you very easy steps on how to go about it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. And let's get right into it. So for this project, I made use of this crepe fabric. It was not so much. I think I had about 2 yards here. So I used a separate fabric for the lining piece. I had about 2 yards here, so I just used the 2 yards as the main dress. So because the fabric is, I won't be able to draw for you to see, so we're just going to draft it on pattern paper before we transfer to our fabric. And I'm going to be using this pattern paper to draft for both the front and the back. So we're going to first of all just highlight our button allowance of 1.5 inches, which I've done here. And I'm just going to go ahead and begin drafting. So it's very easy. So I'll just label that point button so that you know that that part is for our button allowance. Remember, we're using this pattern to draft both the back and the front. Now, the next step now is to just go ahead and impute all my basic measurements. So I'm just going to mark my bust point, then I'm marking my waistline, then my top length. So for this dress, the top length I'm working with is about 27 inches. That's what I want. So you can go ahead and impute your top length for this dress. So I'll just label bust point, waistline, and top length. So from the top length for the front, you can see there's like an A-shaped curvy design. So I'm going to go down by about 4 inches. So I will shift this camera much later for you to see what I've done. So I'll just mark 4 inches after my top length. That's going to serve as our design for the front, to give you that like A kind of shape design for the front piece of this dress. So this is what it looks like, and now we're going to begin imputing our round measurements. And firstly, I will just impute my shoulder measurement. So for the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. So I'll just mark it. I'm marking this measurement after my button allowance. Then for the sleeve I'm working with 8 inches as well. So 8 inches is inclusive of my stitching allowance for the sleeve. Then for my front for the neckline, I'm doing 3.5 by 1 inches for the back. This is for the back. Remember, we're drafting both the front and the back on this pattern. And then for the front is like an A shape and a V line. So we're going to just I'll do 9.5 inches. So you can do more if you want yours to be very deep. I made a tutorial on something like this on this channel before, but that's totally different style, but it's very similar with a deeper neckline. So you can go ahead and watch it. It's similar. So I just went ahead to mark my shoulder slope of 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to be imputing my round bust measurements at my bust point and my waistline. I'll also be including my round waist measurement divided by 4. Then at my top length I imputed my round hip measurement divided by 4. So I'm going to be adding 2 inches. So 1 inch is going to serve as ease, and the other 1 inch is going to serve as my joining allowance. Now this is like a very free top, so you don't have to be so tight. It's a free top that has like a belt at the back, so we don't want it tight at all. So for my sleeve length, initially I wanted 12 inches, but I changed my mind. I went for 10 inches because I figured the 12 inches would be too wide and I didn't want it too wide. So I went ahead to just go for 10 inches, and I'm just going to be curving it to meet my other measurements like so. So I'll just like give it a curve with my free hand, and I'll curve it to meet the main line of my dress. So here I'm adjusting it back to 10 inches and I'm just giving it a curve. I'll highlight this with a marker so you can see properly what we've done so far. So I'll just go ahead and highlight it like so, and I'll give it a curve. So that sleeve part, I don't want it to be curvy. I'm going to adjust it much later to fit in. So I'm just going to curve it all the way to my top length. So at that point, I just gave it a curve. Now this curve that I'm making is optional. This is my own preference, how I want the side to come out, like looking curvy. I don't want it to be too sharp, so you can do without that part because it wasn't really necessary at the end of the day. So just go ahead and mark out. So I'm just trying to adjust the paper so you can see what I'm going to be doing at the down part of the dress to get that curviness. The beauty of this dress is that front curviness. So remember I told you I was, for my top length, I went down by 4 inches and I marked. So that 4 inches, I'm going to go out by 2.5 at that point. Then at my waistline, I will come down by 1.5 inches just for a little bit of decency so that it will not be so open. So that point is where our button is going to now stop from. So for my button allowance, I'm doing just 1 inches. So from that 1 inches I mark, I'll connect it back to that 2.5 inches I marked at that down part. Then for my top length at the side, I'll just give it a curve to meet that 2.5 inches, just like so. So this is how it's going to be. That's where our button is going to start from, and that is how our top is going to be like. Then for the upper part, where my neckline stopped at 9.5 inches is where I'm going to mark my 1 inch for my button allowance, and I'll connect it all the way down to the other part for our button allowance. Remember, I'm using just 1 inch for my button allowance, and I'll just highlight it for you to see what we've done so far. So when I was cutting on my fabric, I realized that there was a little mistake at that point, and I'll show you how to go about correcting it when we're cutting on the fabric. So the next point now is to just go ahead and cut out, but I will cutting out for the back first. So I'll just cut this out in a way that it will not disrupt the front as well. Remember, this pattern is what we're using to cut the front fur as well. So I'm just going to cut the neckline for the back, and I'll cut out the parts I'm not going to be needing, and I'll place it on my fabric and cut out for the back. Remember, the back is going to be cut on fold, while the front is going to be cut in piece because of the button we are including. So next, after cutting, I'm just going to go ahead and fold in my button allowance. Then I'm also going to fold in from that point I labeled my top length is where our back is going to stop. So I'll just fold it in just like I'm doing here in this video, and I'll just go ahead and cut on my fabric. So I'll cut that excess out. We're not going to be needing it, so I'll just go ahead and place this on my fabric and I'll cut. So this is me placing on my fabric on fold, so my back piece is on fold, so I'll just pin it down and I'll go ahead and cut out. So after cutting it out, we're just going to go ahead and modify this pattern to cut out for the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out. So this point I'm cutting out, I was supposed to cut it straight and not curvy. I'll show you much later when I'm cutting on my fabric. I'll show you how to correct it so you don't end up making this mistake. So this is how front is going to be. I'm just cutting out the parts that we're not needing, and I'm going to place this like this on my fabric and cut out. So after this is when I've placed on my fabric. So this is the part where I said I was not supposed to cut, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my rule to adjust it. So I was not supposed to go in at that button allowance. It's supposed to be like a straight cut. It's a straight cut for this particular dress we are making, just like we did the down parts. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out. I think the last tutorial I made it deeper, that's a different style entirely. Now this one, it's not going to go in, it's a straight cut. So I've gone ahead to cut out my lining piece. So I'm using this black fabric as my lining piece, so you can go ahead and use matching lining. So next, now I'm going to just go ahead and cover my main fabric with my lining. So I'm just going to be covering the sleeve area, the neckline, the button part, and also the down side So just watch how I'm going to explain this part. I'll close this part as well, and I'll go ahead and close the down part and all this part. So when I was cutting my black fabric, I ensured to cut out about ½ inch shorter on sides because I didn't want the black to be too visible. So I just did a reduction on my, it's just like when you are cutting up for your skirt, you just do a reduction so that the lining will not show so well. So I did the same for the back piece as well. I cut out my lining piece, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch down the shoulder. I'll stitch down, sorry, just the neckline, the side and the down part, and that's all I'm stitching. The neckline, the sleeve area and the down part is what we are stitching. Then for our rope, that's our belt, I have about 5 inches by 30 inches. So, and I'm going to be stitching this, and I'll closing it up to form my belt for the dress. So this is what I have after I was done closing all the necessary sides. This is the back and that's the front. Go ahead and give your dress a very good press to have a neat outcome. So I'm going to turn the back over. After turning the back over, I'll bring in my front piece, and I'll go ahead and ensure that the front piece are together, align it together just like I'm doing here. Then I'll go ahead and put one inside just to enable us have a neat outcome at the shoulder area. So this is just the same as when I say you close your shoulder fabric to fabric and lining to lining. This is just like another method you can use to achieve that. Okay, so just go ahead and pin down and ensure that it aligns properly. If it does not align properly, it's not going to come out well. So ensure it aligns properly, and you go ahead and close up. So after closing up, I'll come back to show you the next step. So we're almost done with this tutorial, guys. So just go ahead and align everything and close up. So after I've closed up the shoulders, so the next step now is for us to join our side. So I'll just go ahead and open it up for you to see what it's looking like. So this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead and give yours a very good press, and we'll go ahead and close up the side of our dress. So before you close up your side, ensure that it aligns properly, like one side is not too longer than one. You can see how mine is. So before I close up my side, I'll introduce my belt. I'll measure my waist measurement and I'll mark it there. That's the point where my belt is going to sit, and I'll place my belt. So pay attention to how I'm placing the belt. So I placed it in a way that the belt will be inside, you understand? So by the time I close it, we'll not be looking for the belt. So just go ahead and do the same for the other side, and I will go ahead and mark where my belt should be, and I will go ahead and close the side of my dress. And that's all, creative. Our dress is ready. By the time you're done closing the side, give your dress a very good press, and this is how mine turned out. Very beautiful. Go ahead and insert your buttons or your press buttons or whatever button you want to insert in the button point, and you have yourself a very beautiful corporate dress. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll definitely be seeing you in my next tutorial. Don't forget to join our community if you want to request a special tutorial or you want to have a special request or discussion, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.